welcome to the History of Cloud Computing section. So first we're going to start in 1963 with the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, also known as DARPA, which presented MIT with $2 million for Project Mac, which needed technology to allow a computer to be used by two or more people simultaneously. This is when the word virtualization sort of started to come to fruition and used in this type of space and context. Of course, this is the start of kind of cloud technologies where you're dealing with a computer being used by multiple people at the same time or in multiple locations or multiple computers. Eventually, we get to 1969 where JCR Licklider developed the ARPANET, which is the Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, which was an idea to connect everyone through computers and access information from anywhere. This is pretty much the primitive or basic version of the internet called Intergalactic Computer Network. Then we get to the 1970s where businesses began offering virtual private networks as rentable services. And then in the 1990s, all the way up until the 1990s, we're seeing the use of virtual computers becoming popular and leading to modern infrastructure that we have today. And we even get to 1999 where Salesforce becomes a extremely popular use of cloud computing services as a business being used successfully. You've probably heard of Salesforce already, but they really helped pioneer the idea of using internet to deliver software programs to users. Businesses could purchase these softwares in an on-demand way and be able to use them from wherever. And you can see that Salesforce still has its stakehold in its platform today if you work in a lot of companies that use Salesforce as managing software. Then we have in 2006, we get to, Amazon, which launched AWS, which is Amazon Web Services, which offers online services such as Elastic Cloud Compute, or EC2, which you'll probably hear a lot about in this course, which allowed clients to rent virtual computers and use their own programs and applications. Around this time, Google was also launching what becomes their Google platform, things like Google Docs and Google Sheets. Is also launched around now, which is an internet-based program that allows users to work on spreadsheets and documents and share that data online. 2007, we have things like Netflix launching, which is a video streaming service using the cloud. A lot of times this company provisions stuff with other companies that are cloud providers like AWS or Google or Azure. And we have things like in 2008, NASA's Open Nebula providing the first open source software for developing private and hybrid clouds, which are certain types of cloud platforms, and how their security or who has access to them are kind of provisioned. And IBM comes out with their Smart Cloud framework, which helps companies create cloud solutions, as well as Apple's iCloud, which a lot of you probably already have or are utilizing in 2011, which focused a lot more on individualized storage for things like phones, laptops, your pictures, videos, all that good stuff. And then 2012, we have places like Oracle making Oracle Cloud, focusing on infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service, which are things we're going to get into later. But this is when we really get to see these types of terms get used more frequently. And in 2012 onwards, we see multiple cloud services as well as containers such as Kubernetes, which are systems designed to automate application deployments and scaling and management, and are pretty much help to make doing things in the cloud a lot easier. And then, of course, 2020, we saw an accelerated use of cloud technologies for the internet or for e-commerce and remote working. So you saw a huge spike around that time. and automated software saw a huge increase, as well as internet laws and regulations due to this unprecedented increase in cloud technology. And that's just a brief history of Google, or that's just a brief history of cloud computing. Um, you won't like this is just something that's important to know, so that way you can say, "Hey, did you know about ARPANET?" But yeah, hope you enjoyed the brief overview of how we got to cloud computing today.